The State of the Industry is Electricity Canada's yearly publication. It talks about where the sector is at, some of the key challenges that we face, and some of the ideas and solutions that we have to tackling the big questions and tackling those challenges into the future. The electricity sector in Canada is in a pretty great spot. Last year, we saw big strides towards building a bigger, more reliable, more affordable electricity grid in Canada. In the federal budget alone, in 2023, we saw $1 out of every $8 allocated specifically for clean electricity projects. This was a transformational step. This was an important step towards 2050. But there are also some uncertainties as well. In budget 2023, a lot of those dollars haven't made their way through the process and actually in a position to be deployed to electricity projects. And this is a major problem because the projects that are going to get us to 2050 need to start today. So that's another piece of an uncertainty that we're facing. I think the thing we're most concerned about is actually getting to the building part. RBC's Climate Action Institute report charts significant growth in opportunity for the electricity sector, whether it's the growth in home heating, the zero emission vehicles that'll be on the road. It's an exciting time, but at the same time, that same Climate Action Institute report said that the word of the year for electricity is moratorium. We're concerned that through a number of obstacles, clean electricity projects are not getting built. There's a number of obstacles, one being the conflict between federal and provincial regulation. It's a complicated patchwork of how we get these projects through so that they can actually get shovels in the ground. I think another one is the capacity of these regulators to actually have the resources to apply to these applications and these permitting requests. Last year was a big year in terms of weather-related incidents. We saw whether it was the fires out west in Quebec or the storms out east. We saw that our grid was continuously under test. And despite the fact that it reached its operational limit, it prevailed and it worked. And I think the thing that our operators are continuing to think about is the frequency and intensity of these events will continue to go up. So we need to be prepared and we need to be building a grid that is resilient. And then I think the other thing is affordability. We're well aware of the cost of living issues that are strapping Canadians right now. And it's important that, despite the fact that we need to make significant investments in the electricity grid to get to where we need to go, that these costs cannot fall onto individual Canadians paying their electricity bills. These costs need to be spread across the country in an even way so that there is fairness and that there is an approach that brings every Canadian forward. The State of the Industry is called Getting to Yes because right now we're dealing with a culture of no. We're seeing projects continuing to be delayed and not meet their timelines. And what we think and what's included in the document is a number of simple solutions and more complicated solutions to addressing these bottlenecks and getting the projects built in the time that we need to. It's going to take some tough conversations, and it's going to take government and industry and Canadians working together if we're going to get to where we need to get to, and that can only happen through